Hey, John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So you're probably aware that I sell some products online. That's how Simple Programmer works. You get most of what I produce for free with these YouTube videos and blog posts and podcasts and everything. But I do sell some digital products. I sell my book, Soft Skills, which you can pick up at Amazon.com, as well as I sell How to Market Yourself as a Software Developer course, 10 Steps to Learn Anything Quickly course, and I have online training with Pluralsight. So I get a lot of questions about selling products online and related to that space, and I've been fairly successful at it. So I would like to share some knowledge, if I can, in that area to help a lot of you developers out there that are trying to start your own business or really trying to sell a product or some kind of book or ebook or video series or something like that. And so I wanted to start answering a few of those questions here. Not too much, because I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but hey, if you're thinking about doing a side project, creating some extra income for yourself, if you've got the skills, certainly anyone can do this, and it is a nice way to make some extra money. So anyway, I got this email from Rick, and Rick says basically, he actually replied to, I sent out this email to my newsletter, which if you're not subscribed, you might want to subscribe. I'll put the newsletter link in the notes and description below. But anyway, I did this email about using power of leverage in your life. In fact, that's something that I really need to do a little bit more, but we'll forget about that for now. Anyway, he says, I couldn't agree with you more on this, on leverage. I feel like as a developer, you almost have to put two hats on, marketer/teacher. Very true. I followed your newsletter to build a blog, and asked a question about how to choose my specific niche. You gave me some good suggestions, but I was still lost. I decided to create a quick ebook to test out how it would do if I tried to sell it, and if I did sell then that way, then I could focus on blogging, on something valuable, right? So my question is, how can I leverage what I currently have to drive more individuals to check out the book? I don't necessarily have all the context you have, nor do I have a large list of users to leverage off of. The best I have found are Twitter ads, since I don't have that large of a following. That only does so much. Thanks for your input. Okay, so this is actually from Rick H. And I wanted to advertise his thing real quick. So he sent me a link. He created this ebook and video series at LearnMean.com. That's Learn, M-E-A-N, like the mean stack, LearnMean.com. And he's also got it on Amazon. Basically, if you search for Learn Mean, you'll find this. But, this is a good question, right? Because here's the problem. I mean, first of all, this is a pretty good idea to create an ebook to kind of test the market and see if there is, I guarantee there is a market for the mean stack. But one problem that a lot of people face when they do this is they don't have an audience, right? When I launched my How to Market Yourself as a Software Developer course, I already had a lot of people following me from Pluralsight, and I had a mailing list of about 3,300 developers. So when I launched that thing and sold it, right, I was able to sell a lot of copies. So, if you don't have that audience already, this can be a big problem. So what do you do here? So there's a few things that you can do, right, in order to sell a book. Although maybe this isn't the right thing to do, right? So first, let's talk about what could you do in this situation. Well, first of all, what you can do is you can leverage other people's audiences, right? These are things that you might do with affiliate promotions or things like that. For example, emailing me, right? I'm actually not getting a cut of this, but I'll just help out in this case, right? Emailing me was a good thing to do because I have a large audience. I have something like almost 3,000 followers on YouTube and, all through my blog and all that, right? So a lot of people are going to be watching this video potentially. It's not the exact mean stack audience, but it might result in some sales when you go to learnmeanstack.com, right? So that's one thing that you can do is you can find people that have your audience already. You can email them and say, look, here's the deal. Let's do some kind of a joint promotion. I've got something valuable to your audience. I'll give you, we'll do a joint webinar, we'll do a blast to your email list. You guys have probably seen me do this before, and you'll get 50% of the profits, and I'll get 50%, or whatever it is. You work out. It's called a joint venture, or JV, is what it's called. You got to do this in a tasteful way, right? You don't want to just blast people and market spam them and all this stuff. If there's a match there, look for blogs, look for the people that have large audiences in your area, and that's how you're going to sell your book. And that's how you're going to build your own audience, capture email addresses of customers, of people that are interested, right? When you write a blog guest post for someone, things like that, right? Hopefully here, this is going to get you some leads, right? If you're, for people that are listening to this, it's not specifically targeted, but find the mean stack people out there, find the big Twitter handles that have, that's what you want to do when you don't have an audience, and that's a quick way to jumpstart to build an audience. Now, obviously, I usually recommend building an audience over time, right? And obviously, you're going to do that if this is successful. You're just testing this out. This is a kind of a short-term play that could give you long-term benefit. But the real way to build a real business, you can't be thinking in the short term. You got to be thinking 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. If you really want to build a business out of this, is that you have to create your own audience. So you're going to have to build that up. Just like I've done with Simple Programmer, my email list is now around 8,500 people. That's really my core audience. And then, through the blog, I get a lot of SEO. I get about 100,000 something page views a month. That's my audience. Now I can sell products. I can provide value to that audience, and I have an audience that is going to see what I'm selling. That there's opportunities there, a ton of opportunities. Wow. My phone usually doesn't ring. Anyway, so here's the thing. I actually do not suggest that you sell this ebook. Well, okay, first of all, when I went to your pricing, to the meanstack.com page, and or learnmeanstack.com, let me just make sure that I'm saying the right thing here. Learnmean.com. Gosh, just look at that. Learnmean.com. Anyway, when I went there, I noticed that you're selling this really good package, it looked like, of video courses and everything for $15. Whoa, what are you doing? I understand you're trying to test this out, but you're way, way, way underpricing yourself. Someone who wants to learn MeanStack is going to pay at least $50, probably $100, especially with the value that you're providing there. Do not underprice yourself, otherwise you're going to have to... Okay, so remember how you're having trouble getting customers, right? So the natural thinking here, and this is going to be a long video, by the way, so sorry about that. Anyway, the thinking here is that you need to make the price low so that you'll attract more people, because you have less people. So by making the price low, you're going to get more people to buy. Therefore, you'll be able to survive off of having less of an audience. Wrong. If you have less, you need the price higher so that you need less sales to be profitable. Right? This is a common misconception. Now, without an audience, you're not going to make sales, right? So again, if you do the JVs, the joint ventures, right, then you want to price higher to make it worth your time. No one's going to split $15 with you. Sorry, they're not going to, right? No one cares about that. So, you don't be afraid to charge money for value that you're providing. My How to Market Yourself as a Software Developer course sells for $300. It regularly sells for $300. It's a ton of value. I will tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you that it's a couple $1,000s worth of value. If you go through all that, I mean, it's going to increase your income. It has a huge potential. So I'm not afraid to sell it for $300. I'm not. So don't be afraid to sell something for a price that it's worth. Okay, now, with that said, all kinds of things dinging here in the background. Now, with that said, I would not sell this thing. I would give it away. Well, the ebook at least, I would give it away to build an audience. If you go to mattkramer.com, and I'll do a video with him. It might even be out before this video is out. Anyway, he did an ebook. He had emailed me, and he wrote this ebook in a day. He's listening to Entre Programmers, and he was trying to get our take on it. And I basically gave him the advice: hey, go ahead and just use that to get people on your list. And he was able to basically double, he might have even tripled his list with the book. So it had more value as a giveaway, as a promotion, which you might be able to do with your blog, especially, or just giving it away and getting people to come to the site. You can get a lot of people to share it to their audience, and you're going to collect email addresses, and then you can build the bigger product, or maybe you release the videos and sell that to them. That's the way to go here. But when you don't have an audience, it's really, really hard I understand what you're doing, trying to test it, but you're not going to test it with a low-priced item. You're going to test the market by giving it away free to see if people are interested, or making a high-priced item, doing joint ventures in order to test the market with someone's real audience who's interested, and that's how you're going to test it. Now, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a market here. You just got to figure out this pricing. You got to figure out this thing. And it's going to take some tries. It's not going to be easy. A lot of people make the mistake of just trying to create a digital product and just launch this thing, but they launch it into a void because they don't have this audience. It takes time. I mean, I've been blogging for 5 years solidly, and producing these videos for a couple of years, and doing podcasts, and and the audience takes time to build over time. So, anyway, long video, but I think this is a really important topic. If you're out there thinking about creating your product, and I'll probably do another video. But essentially, my advice to you, for most people, is build your audience first. If you have a really good audience and you give them value, they will buy from you, and it's so much easier that way to have the audience and sell to the audience than it is to try to hunt people down and get them to buy your product, because they don't know who you are. Whereas, there's a lot of people that I follow, that I respect, that I've learned from, that give me free content, that I'm going to buy their $500 product just like that, snap of my finger, because I know that they have value, because I follow them, because I'm part of their audience already. That's what you want to do. It's so much easier to go into business that way. It takes a lot more effort and work to get there. That's why I suggest you create a blog. That's why, but anyway, really long answer here. Everyone, I just want to make sure I get the URL right here. Definitely check out, if you're interested in the meme stack, go to learnmeme.com. Hopefully the price, we'll see what happens. The price was $15, but I would easily pay a lot more for this. Hopefully I don't hurt you there if you do raise the price. I would recommend raising it, and it'll still be a deal. You'll have to check that out, and you can find Rick H's book on Amazon. So thanks for the question, Rick. Really appreciate it. I think this is a big question that a lot of people have. Sorry for the long video. You've either turned this off or you're really interested in this because this is something that you want to do. So anyway, if you are going to create a product, go for it. Just make sure that you do it the smart way. If you don't have an audience, use the initial product to build an audience. If you do have one, then you're going to be in good shape. And you can do the joint venture thing as well. That takes a little bit of work, and maybe that can help you build an audience. If you like this video, subscribe, share it, comment below, whatever you want to do. I would definitely appreciate it if you subscribe. Trying to get this YouTube channel up to, I don't know, what do we want to get, we want to get to 10,000 subscribers. So share, encourage other people to share it as well, and subscribe to the channel if you're finding this advice helpful. All right, I'll talk to you again next time. Take care. See ya.